So as far as relationships, this is something that's, definitely one of your, I guess, let's say, level of expertise. And we want to ask you some stuff we want to ask you some relationship stuff. We want to get to that now.
Okay.
We want to get your opinion on some pretty much like some scenarios, you know what I mean, and some viewpoints, So
okay.
we want to move to that. Bobby, you up first?
All right. Okay, let's say tomorrow you're out shopping and a guy approaches you and offers to take you out for a night on the town and get to know you better. What would your reaction be?
The audacity of approaching me. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. You got a feisty one. You got a feisty one. Okay.
Well, assuming... See, I don't even know anything about this person. I would probably say that... What I would say is I have plans because I actually do have plans. I'm reading for an event tomorrow night. But I would say you're welcome to come hear the reading if you like.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
At least you're going to shut him down completely.
Right. That's cool. That's actually cool. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Do you think cheaters should get a second chance?
My instinct is no, because I would never allow a second chance. But I really think that's between the people that are involved. You don't know what the details of their situation are, and I'm not going to tell someone else what they should do with their life, unless they're paying me to do so. But I mean, I have opinions, and I'm happy to make decisions for people if they don't want to make them for themselves. But the truth is, I've known of people who have had that situation, and they ended up being stronger afterward. I just don't think that I'm someone who could. I know for a fact I would never be one of the people that allowed that and let it slide.
So you don't think under no circumstances that you would give the love of your life a second chance if he cheated, if he had a weak moment?
If he cheated, he's not the love of my life.
Ooh.
Bam. There you go. If he cheated on you, he's not the love of your life. Great answer.
I think if we had a panel full of ladies, they would.
Second chance. Give her a round of applause. Yeah, you don't give a guy a second chance.
That's what I think the ladies would do. No. If we had some ladies on here, they'd be like, girl, tell them.
Now, you already know that. They may be emailing any minute or something.
But here's the thing, though. I know that I will never trust that person again. So it doesn't matter if I still love that person. The trust is broken.
The trust is
broken.
And
at that point,
there you go.
There's a whole other relationship. Yeah, it's over at that point. And that doesn't mean that I can't continue to be friends with that person. It just means that we are not going to be anything more than that ever again.
She don't play.
You shouldn't play.
Does not play. Okay, I respect that. I respect that.
I totally respect that.
Let me ask you this. Do you think, here we go, this is a drum roll. Wait, do I call it drum roll? Do I call it drum roll effect? I don't think I do. Let me see. No, I got to get a drum roll effect. That is an excellent effect to have. Do you think marriage is necessary or overrated?
Neither.
I like that answer. I like that.
Could you explain a little that perspective? Neither? Because a lot of people think it's one or the other. So why is it neither for you?
I don't know why it has to be hard one or hard the other. If it's important to you, then that's
it's too extreme.
Right. I mean, there's so many things in between. You could have a committed relationship without being married.
Mm-hmm. That's like fire and ice. Yeah.
If you want to be married, I don't see how is it overrated? If you are in a marriage and you wanted to be married, what's overrated about it? You have a legal and sometimes a spiritual commitment to your partner. what's overrated about that? I don't see why it needs to be hard one or the other. It's, again, up to the people who are in the situation. It shouldn't matter what other people think. What's best for
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. I'm just saying it's between the people involved. This is a question that's just between the people involved, and other people's opinions shouldn't factor.
So, all right, do couples who are spiritually connected have longer-lasting relationships? People who are spiritually, they are really deep, follow, fear of God, and just live their life, like the real Christians or real people that's in a relationship with God.
In my experience, people who are spiritual, like couples who are spiritual together, do have stronger relationships. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just Christianity, just spiritual in general.
I agree. Sure, they do have stronger relationships. I agree with that.
So I wouldn't say a blanket judgment about it, that that's always going to be the case, because some people claim that they're spiritual, but they're really not. They just wear the label. But if they are truly connected spiritually, and one of the tips that I have is to pray together. And if you are not of a religion,
that's beautiful,
or you don't pray, then to meditate together, that kind of thing. Be spiritual together.
Pray together or meditate together.
Sounds like good advice.
Right. Those are the people that do have the real relationships. I agree with that.
Right. Because if you are holding hands and praying or meditating together, you're being vulnerable together, but you're opening yourself up to that person, and you are speaking about the things that are important to you. You're listening to what is important to that person. And then you kind of develop a mutual mindset because you've allowed that connection into your life. And couples who do that, I definitely see longer lasting relationships than people who don't connect on a spiritual level, whether it's religious or not.
I see it too. I see it all the time.
Yeah, I've done that before. And energy is a real thing, regardless of what you believe in or who you pray to. One thing we can't deny is energy. Energy is real. And when I sat there and prayed with my partner, I don't like that. The type of energy that I felt, which is a different type of energy, is an amazing, powerful, feeling to like do something that's just so much togetherness and so much locked in, laser focused that it's like, man, you just feel it, and it just makes you feel connected in a stronger way. So with that said, I got a controversial question I'm about to ask you. I'm just giving you the heads up, okay? But we all adults here, and we just having an adult conversation, talking about relationships and stuff. So with that said, that's my disclaimer. It's just a question, and that's my disclaimer, so here we go. If your man asks for a threesome, would you do it?
Oh.
I like how you assume I'm heterosexual.
Huh? Okay.
You assumed that I would be in a relationship with a man. What?
If your partner asks for a threesome, would you do it? If your partner.
I mean, I suppose it depends on who the third party is. What if it's someone that I'm interested in?
Okay, so it's a possibility.
It's not a hard no like the cheating thing.
Right, because the cheating is more about like the betrayal, right?
Right. But this is your partner is asking you, are you open to this? Well, I want my partner to be open, to feel like those questions can be asked without fear of judgment or retribution.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I'm going to say yes, but it means it's okay. It's okay to ask, and we'll see.
We'll see. Exactly. I respect that.
I mean, if it's Idris Elba, it's probably going to be yes.
Okay. Never know. Maybe.
But I have to say, if it's Rosario Dawson, it's probably going to be yes too.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm not saying no to her.
Yeah.
Who can say no to her?
Yeah, it's all right. So, yeah, with that being said, what advice? All right. What advice would you give to a woman who says her man is always busy watching the game, hanging out with his friends, or working to pay her attention, or give her quality time?
Why are you making this so easy for me? I tell her to watch the podcast. and learn 52 intimacy tips to try with her partner. And one of them would be sitting there and watching that game with her partner, you know?
Awesome. I like that.
That's a good,
that's
right. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
To not bring it back to me, to give a fair answer. I mean, I would definitely recommend that if I thought it would benefit someone. But in that situation, I would probably say to take just this one tip that I do recommend on the podcast, which is to learn your partner's love language and your own love language, so that you make sure that you are showing love to each other in a way that you receive it properly.
Okay.
Have you heard of the love languages?
Oh yeah, I've been to couples therapy before, so I definitely heard of it.
Right.
So if I had to give just a blanket answer for anyone in that kind of situation, step one: learn each other's love languages so that you make sure you're communicating properly.
Right. Great answer.
Yeah, that's facts.
That is.
But because Bruce may be listening, watch my podcast.
I will be tuning in.
Yeah. For sure. Let them know your podcast. What's the name of your podcast? Let them know.
The 52 Love Podcast. It is available on YouTube if you want to watch it, or you can listen on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and the other usual podcast places.